most challenging thing I have had to do in my entire life. I wish I knew these things about motherhood before becoming a mom. Hi, I'm Jane. I'm a content creator, makeup artist, wife, and mother. And you are?
My name is Zella, and I'm a husband.
He's my husband, mine. So, if you ask me about motherhood, I would say motherhood is so beautiful, but it is also the most challenging thing I have had to do in my entire life. And I wish that these insights that I'm about to give you guys, I wish I had them earlier so that it could help me transition easily
Are you
into
going to
motherhood.
ask about fatherhood?
Yes, I'm going to ask about fatherhood because I can only tell about my experience. I may have seen you experience yours, but I don't know exactly how it felt for you. So it will be nice to get the fatherhood point of view, right?
Yeah, it would be nice. I think a lot of men out there, they don't really speak. They don't really talk about their experience with fatherhood. So I think I would like to share from my own perspective how I experience fatherhood.
So the first point is sleep deprivation. For me, I believe that sleep deprivation is something you are not fully prepared for until you experience it. If I had known that it was going to be that serious, I would have slept all through my 9 months of pregnancy. Well, it was thrown around casually, but I didn't listen, or I listened, but I didn't think it was going to be that bad. And how do you think I coped during that period?
For me, what I can say is that motherhood for you didn't is not like something that you were prepared for. I don't think anybody is going to be prepared for
I
motherhood.
feel like I was ready, but
You
until I was in that situation, I
that's
realized
why I
that I
said
was not truly ready.
that's why I said there is nobody that can actually be prepared for motherhood, because one of the things that it will challenge you, it will challenge your mental health, it will challenge your physical health, even your emotional health,
And your
because
relationship.
it will challenge your relationship, because at that period, what you get to experience is like maybe 3 hours of sleep or 2 hours of sleep. So you're basically running on low power all through the first 6 months to 7 months. Even till now, we still have short sleep time. We wake up at odd hours and all that. But I don't think you were prepared, even if you had all the information. And I think people out there, there's no way they will be prepared, even with all the. If right now, if we're telling you go and sleep and prepare your mind for a time where you will have less sleep, you still won't be prepared,
At all.
because you
Then
have to experience it.
yes, that's exactly the thing. You have to experience it. Because you know how people say sleep when baby sleeps, and then your baby is sleeping and you have to wash dishes, you have to clean the house. So if you're sleeping when your baby is sleeping, your house is going to be
Total disaster.
totally.
Especially if you are the one doing it on your own. Like you
Yes.
don't have a support,
You don't have a supportive partner,
you
you don't
don't
have
have your
family.
family around or friends around, because they say it takes a village to raise a child.
Right.
At the early stage, you need everybody, from friends to sister to brother to mother, whoever is available. You just need them, because your baby or the baby is going to drain you, is going to suck out life from you. Because there will be times where you just want to be away, but you can't, because you have to provide yourself
Yes, yes.
for
You're
that
caring
baby.
for a new life, your baby, you're the primary caregiver of your baby. So you just have to be there for your baby. And the major way you can get through with this sleep deprivation is to, accept help from anybody that can be there for you, your cousin, family member, husband. Just let them help you. So, with sleep deprivation and how it affects me as a woman, how about how it affects you, the man?
For me, um, I would say it affected me almost the same way it affected you. But the difference is that there were times where our baby was cranky and wanted to be awake. And one of the things that could help at that time was having skin contact with me. So I basically just having laying on my body.
Yeah.
And that alone was another stress because I had to stay awake to make sure I'm not
Baby does not fall.
I'm not sleeping over him or he's not falling away
Yes.
from my body and all that.
Yes,
So
yes,
that
that's
was
all.
like a challenging part because staying awake, making sure that he's sleeping on me, and then he sleeps through the night while you also that's stressed out from feeding and all that, feeding, bathing,
Expressing.
expressing milk and
Oh
all
my
that.
God.
You're already sleeping and all, but I think it's challenging for both parents. But the good thing is that you could pass the load from yourself to me. You understand?
Yeah.
And
Like if I needed to
imagine a
sleep.
partner that doesn't have that support. They'll run mad
Yes,
because
yes.
it's a crazy
It
experience.
will definitely affect your mental health because you will just be cranky, in fact, you'll be depressed because you don't have anybody
You
to
probably
help
might
you.
be angry with the kid, angry with the baby,
Yeah, you'll be
because you'll be
angry with your
wondering
baby. Why are you
is
stressing
why
me?
is he or she not sleeping?
Well, it's just a baby. Doesn't know
So
what it's doing. So having a supportive partner so that you can take turns with baby duty is very, very important. And I think that is one,
is a
yeah,
plus to what might help you get through deprivation.
deprivation stage. So the second point I am going to talk about is the postpartum recovery. Postpartum recovery is no joke, especially if, like me, you had to give birth through C-section. It takes a toll on your body trying to take care of your baby whilst you're not okay. You're healing. You're in pain. You're in pain and you're trying to provide for your baby, trying to feed your baby, breastfeed your baby. I think I also struggled with getting milk at
Yeah, yeah,
first,
yeah,
so
yeah.
that's affected me.
And one of the things that men can actually do for their wives is to be available at that period, because most women can't explain what they are going through.
Yes.
They can't. Even when you are saying that this is what they are going through, you can't experience it. You are just
Another
saying it.
Babe, another postpartum recovery challenges is when us as women, because of how much our body has changed, we don't feel sexy, we don't feel good, like we don't feel fine for our husband. So we kind of like need that validation that, oh, okay, we're still. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah. So for men, we need to encourage. There are some women that after giving birth, they start eating a lot. That's part of
yes, I think
postpartum
once,
recovery. Yeah, they
yeah,
start eating a lot and then they start expanding. And some men, they start looking at their wife at like, oh, she doesn't look like the figure eight that I
I
once
married.
I once dated and
Yeah.
married. You get. So the best thing you can do is just be supportive.
And be patient.
Don't try and force her to go to the gym immediately.
Is there's no
It's
that
a
issue
ton
of
of
snapping
things,
back immediately has caused a lot of harm.
and nobody's talking about postpartum sex.
Oh my God, it is painful.
It is painful for the women. The men might be, oh, it's just going and come out and all that, but
That first time,
the first time was crazy. It's as if you were having sex with a virgin. Men need to understand that
you need to be patient with
for a
us.
woman's body after birth, you have to exercise patience. You have to encourage her. You have to speak good words to her. You have to make her feel really loved because the
Yes,
experience is
it
really.
messes with our head.
There's no way as a man you can experience it. You will
Yeah,
only see, but you can't experience. It's
you
like
don't know exactly. He doesn't know exactly how I feel at that point.
like I said earlier, you just have to encourage. A lot of women, they don't really know that this is the space they are going to fall into. You understand? It's like a surprise to them. It just
And there's
comes
a
and
lot of hormones going on, like
yeah.
so many
So
things happening in our bodies.
there was one exercise you were doing that time,
Pelvic floor, pelvic floor.
and there's another one. Is it Kegel or Kegel?
Kegel, yeah,
Yeah.
Kegel, pelvic floor, those are really good exercises for postpartum. You don't have to rush back to the gym immediately. You can just start with those
There's
little light ones.
men that are really involved with their wives when they are when they are going through this postpartum recovery. For men have to join, like for me, I remember that period. I also expanded in my body. So part of the thing that could encourage her was that we both went to the gym together. You
Yes,
understand?
yes.
And we both were doing a few exercises in the house and all. But it is a different experience that you can never be prepared for. No matter the information you're going to gather from us right now, when you are in that space, you will experience it.
For
You might
yourself.
even experience it differently. You
Differently,
understand?
yeah.
Like some women, they go from size 8 to size 16. And then some
Some don't
others,
even add at all.
yeah, some goes
So
from size 8 to 10. And then some just stay at that size 10. They don't add, they don't minus,
it's
nothing.
a different thing for everybody, but the whole hormones and all that is real. The third point I am going to be talking about is breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is not easy. It is very challenging. It can be very painful, especially when you're just starting, like, your baby is just born and you're trying to get your milk in. The latching process, oh my God. Babies don't latch immediately. It's not like a natural
What is
thing.
latching actually?
So latching is when the baby goes on the nipple and locks. So there's the proper way the baby has to latch to be able to get, to stimulate you to produce milk, right?
Okay.
And for the able to get enough milk. So if the baby is not latching properly, the baby is just sucking air. That latching is one thing that,
So men that are sucking their wife's breast when she's what's that word, lactating,
when
yeah,
she's lactating, yeah.
they don't latch actually.
They don't latch. They're just,
So no matter the energy and all, so babies' experience are actually different.
yes,
It's more like connecting a vacuum
cleaner.
cleaner to your your nipple.
No, why would you use that scenario?
Because he said the lashing is different for
It's actually
men.
different. Yes,
Okay.
it's actually different.
Is it painful?
At the early stages, yes. It used to be very painful when the baby just latched. Like, I can remember then when I would carry my baby and the baby is trying to feed, I'm always like anticipating, when you like, and then I stiffen my body so that I don't feel the pain of the latching.
So basically, what you're trying to say is that breastfeeding is a whole different journey on its
It's
own.
it's another ball game on its own. Like, you need to be strong, you need to be ready and be prepared. Sometimes you're going to have mastitis. Is
What's
it mastitis?
mastitis?
Where your the breast pores, is it pores, are clogged. So your milk is just gathering, but it can't come out. It's
I just
blocked. Yeah,
remember. I
it's
just remember
blocked.
there was a day back then. Like I saw her come out from the toilet, and I'm like, "Did you do implants?"
Implants.
Because the breast was looking like there were implants surgery that just
See,
went in, that just happened in the bathroom, and then when
like
she came out, it was looking like this, and I was like, "Why is it like this?"
I was that
And
that
the
one self.
experience for me, let me just say, from the experience, one of the things I learned there is that if a woman does not express those milk out of her body, it's a different pain.
Oh,
Like
it's so painful.
the experience is crazy. It needs to live. It needs to live.
Right.
So if you can get like a breast pump, you can use
Yeah.
that to reduce the pain. You can use that to express the
I
milk.
totally recommend getting like a breast pump, especially the type you can move around with
Yeah,
because
like the one that doesn't have a wire.
wires.
I don't know if we still have that one in the house, yeah.
I give it away.
But if you can get the breast pump, please do. And then another thing was that if you're the type that is fully, I'm feeding
Exclusive.
exclusive, yeah, try and feed your baby with every opportunity that you have.
Because that breast milk is not filling. From what I've noticed, your baby will be getting hungry more frequently than if it was formula feeding. I got tired of doing exclusive at 4 months. I just gave up. I'm like, see, at this point, I can't kill myself because it's not easy breastfeeding. So the next one is mom guilt. Mom guilt is real. When you have to go back to work and you have to leave your baby for a couple of hours. I was mostly a stay-at-home mom, but there were sometimes I had to go work, do makeup jobs. I felt so guilty for leaving my child. at home. I think that's why most moms just take their child if it's possible to.
So there's nothing like a father guilt.
Do men have dad
Dad
guilt?
guilt. I think men have, should I say, it's not really, I won't say it's guilt because we just miss our family. For me, for instance, when I'm out, I get to think about you, I get to think about our child, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see him. So it's a different feel. It's not like I have to start feeling sad that I'm away.
I think it's different for us women because also with like hormones and everything, we
Yeah,
feel
I think
like
that's part of
we
it.
are we are supposed to be there. We're supposed to be protecting this. This child was inside us for 9 months. So we are supposed to be there for this child, know everything about the child's day, and now we just have to go because we have to go make money. So it's crazy, oh,
That's why I said I don't think there's a dad's
that
guilt.
guilt.
There's more of a family guilt.
Do you remember how I cried first day I had to go to work?
Yeah, you were crying in the car.
I cried in the cab. Like it was mom guilt is something, oh, is
So
real.
basically, it's more of you missing your child when you're far away, or
Feeling you feel like you are betraying your child. You're
you're
not,
not supposed to
yes,
leave.
you're not supposed to leave your child. Or another way mom guilt can also happen is, say for instance, you're not maybe doing enough. That's another thing. It happens to me sometimes when I feel like, oh, I'm too tired, I'm too exhausted, that I am not now feeding my
Let me
child
remind you of
properly.
something that happened. So there was a day you were so tired and stressed, and then you raised your voice a bit for
Yes,
for our son,
yes. I started feeling guilty immediately. I'm like,
and you were even crying when you were talking.
no,
Parenting will test you.
it will test you. So another thing is that your relationship is going to change.
That's a big topic, you know.
Ah,
Some people end up getting like a counselor or like a therapist when they fall into that space, because it's between the husband and wife, it's between the husband with friends, and then wife with friends, wife with
yes,
family, husband with family, husband and wife, and all that.
yeah.
So one of the things that people hardly say or become parents is that your relationship with your wife will change. You will have less time to even express your emotions. You have less time for each other. You'll have less time
Because all
to.
the attention is on your baby. It's as
So,
if you're at that time, if you're not careful, you will start to neglect each other's needs, emotional,
and
physical
one of the things I
needs.
can say is men need to know these things so that when they see it happening, it's not like they
They're getting
feel,
upset.
yeah, they don't need to get upset. They should know that it is because of this reason, and they should give it time, because your baby will grow out of that stage where it's always
It needs
is
247,
demanding and
yeah.
all that. You grow into a better stage where you have time for each other, because at the early stage of it, I can't say we were perfect. We had our issues, we talked about it. So another thing that can help you then is communication.
Communication.
So you have to speak about it. You have to say, "This is how I feel." Don't try to keep the feelings inside you and say, she's not available. I need to get out of the house. I need to go and chill with friends." Nah, she actually needs you that moment. You understand? She needs you that moment.
Yeah, that's not the best time to say,
And
oh, you want to go and hang out with the guys, with the boys.
friends needs to understand that the reason why you are not available
Available.
is because you have like a toddler. No, I won't say a toddler. You have an infant that is draining your time. You understand? You don't have time for even yourself. Sometimes one of the reasons why you see me having this hair is because end up forgetting that I need to barb my hair a lot. Like, so I had to just,
Lock
so
it.
just imagine what the women goes through. Some women don't have time to even do skincare, do makeup and all that. So they start looking like they are homeless in their own house.
Yeah, it takes like another level of intentionality for you to remember that, oh, okay, I have to do this to still feel like myself. Speaking of intentionality, like you have to be intentional in terms of your relationship with your partner, your husband. You have to be intentional and decide that
this is happening.
This is happening right now. There's nothing we can do about it, but how can we manage it?
Yeah, you have to. That's why I say communication.
Yeah,
You have to speak about
communicate.
it.
How can we manage it?
Because parenting, early stage of parenting, especially, will change
It will
how
shake
your
you, shake
relationship
your
is
relationship.
with your partner.
So if you're not strong enough, you're just gonna end up fighting, quarreling most of the time.
And then the crazy part is that some men, from I'm talking from the men aspect, some men don't know that that's the stage where the woman actually need them the most. You understand? So they will get angry, they will get pissed, they'll say, oh, she's not always looking at my side, she's not showing my emotions, I'll be showing
She's
him.
only
She's
focused
only
on the
focused on the
baby.
baby.
You
It's
need
just for
to.
that moment. And women too, don't get carried away that, oh, baby,
You
baby, baby,
neglect
baby,
your
and then you
partner.
neglect, because these kids, they will grow up to a stage where they will leave you.
Yeah, and they'll start their own family, and at the end
So
of the day, it's you and
you
your
still
partner.
fall back to your partner. So you have to find a way to balance both.
Yes. I feel like going on things like date nights, scheduling.
Yeah, you can actually do date nights inside the house. You
Yeah,
don't
you
even
don't
need
have
to leave the
to.
house. But if you want to leave the house, make sure
Fine.
you're looking for someone that will take care of your baby. Maybe like your mother, your in-law,
Mother-in-law.
and all that. You have to have somebody take care of the child, because children are really, really demanding at the early stage. So one way or the other, find a way to plan date nights, find a way to have movie nights together, find a way to maybe cook together, all those
Yeah.
kind of tiny
Those little
intimacy
things, yes,
that you
yes.
don't really require, that won't require you doing a lot. Like, you still have time for your baby, you still have time for your partner,
Yeah.
but the end game is communicating, this is how I feel,
And be
and
intentional.
how do we solve it. Be intentional about the way you want to handle these things.
Okay, so let's go back a little bit and talk about the preparation process. When you have to start buying things in preparation for your baby's arrival, how you spend, like what you spend money on.
Yeah, and I noticed that a lot of men, because they're excited about a newborn baby and
New
all that,
parents.
and then they end up buying things that are not going to last more than 2 3 months. For instance, size 1 diaper, you will use that for only 2 weeks, and then the baby size is different. You understand? And what's that stuff that normally
The
swing
swing.
baby
Yes, the
left right for them to
swing.
sleep? I've seen that a lot of parents buy it, and then
After two,
they
three
after two
months,
three
they're looking for
months
how to sell it off.
they no longer use it. So one of the things that people need to understand is that you need to do proper research
Yeah.
to know what is needed and what is not needed.
Unless you have the money to splurge and you don't mind,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. I don't
But
think there is money to splurge when it comes to raising a child, because there are other important things that you can
yes,
actually
things are
focus
always
on.
coming up to.
For us, what we did was we bought most of our clothes big size. So when he started wearing it and then it started growing into the sizes, we know that okay, we need to buy another set. And
At least now we know why our parents used to buy us oversized for Christmas.
you have to know what you are really spending money on. If you are seeing something that is not going to be a long-term investment for your baby, please don't buy it. The bed we bought
The
for
crib, yeah.
the
We got a
crib,
convertible so that he can
we
use
can
it.
use it. He used it till it was more than one almost 2 years or so. And if we decide to still have him use it right now, he can still use it because he has not outgrown the size. You
Yes.
understand? That's one. Then secondly, diaper. If you're buying diaper, I think you should focus on size 3, size 4,
Yeah.
because size 2, after a while, you see that, especially if your
Yes.
baby is the type that grows very fast and
Yes, your
has
feeding well is growing fast. So I feel like you should focus on like bigger sizes. Like even if you have to buy the small size, it's better if you're just buying, okay, when he finishes and you notice he has not gotten to that next size, you can just buy like one because the way they grow,
so fast.
it will shock you.
It's like, then another thing is, this is not part of buying, but it's something that you will experience. Capture every moment. You have a
Yeah.
phone, video every moment, because they grow so fast. They grow so
Yes.
fast. In a blink of
Yes.
eye, you see that 7 months have passed, and they're already trying to crawl. In a blink of eye, you see they're already running.
Yeah.
So when you sit down to watch these moments, you will feel all kind of emotions, because you'll be like, this is a baby that was 1 month old some
I still look
some
at
months back.
his baby videos and
You
pictures, and I'm like, oh my
take all
god,
the
what?
pictures that you can take.
He was this chubby. Oh my gosh.
Take all the. I wish I have my phone here. I would have showed you. My baby was like
Was in balloon.
was a man when it was like 6, 7, 8 months, 9. You understand? But the instant he started walking, started running around, the energy and all that started shrinking, the fat and all. But you see those moments, if you don't capture it, it will be like this. It happens so
This
fast.
is
You
your
understand?
memories.
So keep those memories. If you can print some pictures, print them and frame them, because years time you will still go back to those
Can
pictures
even
that
show
you
it to them when
see,
they grow.
and you think about, oh, this moment was one moment that I will never forget. It's one moment that you want to cherish. So think about these things when planning.
Every
Every baby
baby
is
is
different.
different. Every baby is different, and I
Yeah.
say this because some things might work for your baby and will not like work for another person. Someone might ask you, "Oh, okay, your baby is so calm. Why is like what are you doing?" And then I tell you what I am doing, and you go and do it for your baby, and your baby
It won't work.
is
It
won't
won't work.
work.
So every baby have different characteristics, different behaviors.
There might
So
be similarities, but
yeah.
I feel like there's still uniqueness in like babies' behaviors. For instance, I remember when my son was still very very small, and then when he's overtired, like he's sleepy, but he's not sleeping. And then I'm trying to get him to sleep. And then I was checking, reading on articles and everything, and all the articles I saw online told me that I had to turn off the lights. I had to, oh my God, turning off the lights did not work. What worked was the opposite. I had to turn on my lights in a very bright room and then just start dancing with him. Very loud music. Meanwhile, research told me everywhere had to be quiet,
Quiet, so everywhere have
to
to
be
be dim
dark,
and dark.
dim light.
Yeah.
But
But it was the opposite that actually worked,
the
because
opposite works for me.
you
Very
say, and
bright
then
light,
there's a
very
friend of mine.
loud music.
There's a friend of mine that the this same thing was working for. You understand? There is a friend of mine also that the baby doesn't even stress. Why you are laughing and all that, the baby has dozed off. But for us, our own was, you have to do like a ritual to make him fall asleep.
It
You
was a
understand? So
whole
it's
thing.
don't try to compare yourself with the next door neighbor. If the next
Yes.
door neighbor's baby is sleeping easily, don't try to say, oh, this baby is sleeping easily. Why is my own not sleeping easily?
If not, you
It's
get
a total
frustrated.
it's a total difference.
I feel like if you pay attention and trust your instincts, listen to your baby's cues, just observe. I feel like you're going to get it. Just another thing is trial and error. You tried it, it doesn't work, try the next thing, and then until you find that one thing that works for your baby and you stick to it.
Another thing I'm going to talk about is you are the first doctor, first nurse for your baby,
Yeah, first respondent,
first
everything.
responder.
First
So
teacher.
you have to gather all the kind of knowledge that you can. Don't gather the wrong knowledge, just gather the right knowledge, and always have the phone number of a doctor
On
that you can
standby.
always reach when there is an emergency
Emergency,
and all that.
yes.
Because you see these little humans, they are they are
Always.
always looking for a way to commit suicide. They are always looking for a way to commit suicide.
Oh, their intrusive thoughts. Oh my
So you
gosh.
are the one person that is trying to stop them from committing suicide. Be ready to be active,
Yeah.
like
Always be on
be
your feet, on your 10 toes. Because in just a split second,
anything can happen.
anything can happen, especially once they start crawling.
Your phone can damage from no reason.
Oh, yeah.
Your laptop screen can go,
And you can't be
anything.
mad at them.
If you don't want them to actually have access to all these things, you might have to take these things away. You understand? Don't try to beat your kids when all these things
No,
happen,
they're just
because
being
they are
babies.
babies. They don't know. They don't understand what they're doing.
Yes.
They are fascinated by what they are seeing. They're trying to
They're
explore what they are seeing.
exploring. Yeah, they're
You understand?
curious.
So just be the first person to respond to anything.
Another thing is that your time will never be the same again. So many things are going to change. For instance, if you have to go for like a dinner, your friend is doing a dinner party,
Cancel it.
it will just be cancelled because it
Cancel.
might coincide with when your baby goes to bed.
Cancel.
Please, how do you like cancel?
You see everything cancel.
anything
So
anything from 8 p.m. from 7
what
p.m.
is 7 p.m.? So the thing is, unless you have somebody that is available,
Yes,
you understand. But once you
you're the one doing everything.
once you
Bath
become a
time.
parent or you become parents, you automatically have a shift in time. You understand? So things that you used to fall in love doing, or you love doing, you have to adjust. You understand? If you're somebody that like watching movies, or like watching football at a specific time, cancel those things, because it's not like you're going to cancel it. The child will help you cancel it. You understand? Because it's demanding to be a parent. It's very demanding. It
Yes.
takes your time. Friends will hardly have time to see
They might not
you.
even see you. Like
Take
you
time
to reply
to
text
reply
because
text
you can
message, and
easily get distracted. You're
yeah.
texting and then next thing something happens in your head. You feel like you've already responded to the person until you're checking. Maybe when you want to send the person another text, like, oh my God, we didn't finish our last discussion. Things like that happen. Another thing is like for me, when I became a mom, that early stage, there were some kind of jobs, like some bookings I could not take because of timing. Before I could take like, late bookings. But now if you're not pre-informing me ahead so that I can make arrangements for someone to watch my baby, right? I'm not taking that booking. So definitely it affects your
It
time. You have
affects, if
to,
you're someone that goes out a lot, it will affect you. Another thing is, don't feel guilty when you see people having fun outside and you're inside, you're stuck
you
with
feel, yeah,
parenting.
and you feel stuck like the world
Don't
is moving and you're
don't
just
feel
there.
guilty, unless the people that are outside are not going to have their own kids, because when they have their own kids, they will experience the same thing.
Yeah. So, in conclusion, you need to reflect on your journey. Parenting has taught me so much about myself. It has taught me so much about my partner,
Yeah, yeah,
how
yeah,
much
yeah.
he can take,
Yeah, it taught me so much about how much we love each other,
how
actually.
much we love each other. Like, and it's such a rewarding process because just getting to see the life that, you know, you created, like it's
It's like
growing right before your
it's
eyes.
like reliving your early stage in life. It's like watching yourself grow up, because now you are like the captain of the ship. You are molding and directing and saying, don't do this, do this. So it's a journey on its own. It's a loving journey.
Very
It's a
loving, very rewarding. It has its ups and downs.
Yeah, but
Well,
don't
it has
don't
its challenges, but trust me, it is. You have no idea. Every time I'm always complaining that, oh, okay, this boy does not sleep early. He does not. It takes a long time to go to bed.
but you
But the
still
moment he sleeps like this, I am watching his videos. Like I wasn't just praying for him to go to bed. I
you
am.
even want to wake him back,
I feel like waking him back up. Like just wake up and
because
play with me again because
every
you're just so
moment is
cute,
is very
precious.
precious. It's fun to play with and all that.
So I would love to hear from you. What are your challenges that you faced about motherhood, about parenting? What are the surprises you met along the way? What are the things you wish you knew before becoming a parent? So I'd like to hear from you. Make sure that you drop that in the comments. And
We're open
if
to questions. So we're actually open to questions. We are not counselors. We're not therapists,
if
but
you have questions, more questions for us here, drop that in the comments and we'll be answering that in our subsequent videos.
or we can actually answer on the comment section also.
Okay. You can reach out to me on any of my social media platforms or just drop a comment.
Don't forget to like this video. It's a threat. So don't forget to
You
like this
must
video.
like and subscribe. If you want me to drag him onto my next video, please comment so that I will drag him
Bye.
because this was really fun.